Jayson Tatum went down. You don't want to see anyone go down. You definitely don't want to see the stars of our league go down. And Tatum went down with that Achilles injury. Earlier, Dame went down with an Achilles injury. Kyrie went down earlier with an ACL injury. Like to see our players, see our stars go down, man, that's very unfortunate. Sending obviously love to Jayson Tatum as he's on this, on this page to get back to recovery. His story is not over. It's continuing to be written, and this is a part of it, unfortunately. But injuries, dog. That's the worst part of our game.
Man, I wish we could turn them off, man. And prayers out to JT. Prayers out to Dame. Everybody that have to deal with something like this. The messed up part about this is they both might be risking next year, not being able to play next year because
it happened so late in the year.
It happened so late in the year, so I don't think they're going to be able to be cleared. And I want them to take their time to get back on the court. You know what I mean? So I just wish that, wasn't part of the game, but it is.
With the Achilles,
part of the game.
The Achilles is totally there. I ruptured my Achilles, and it feels like somebody's just like punching them, like it's. And then boom, and you look and, your foot may be jumping and the tendon disconnect. But with the technology and the way medicine is now, like my scar is all the way up to my calf. The scars are now smaller. KD came back, he full speed. He hooping. He actually made it back the next season. You know what I'm saying? So
he did. It happened late in the year as well.
It happened late in the year in the playoffs.
In the finals.
Finals.
Toronto.
And so for Jayson Tatum that works hard and, he loves basketball, you can see that ball is life for him. For him, his son, his family. And so I just see him on a speedy recovery because they already had the surgery from what they said.
Yeah, they didn't play around with that.
Yeah, you go in and get it done and then it move on and we don't know the grade tear. They didn't say if it was a rupture, if it was maybe a grade 1, 2, or 3. So since we don't know that, we don't know how fast he can get back. So I think with the right recovery and focus.
Yeah, man, it's the mental part of it. Obviously, physically, this is the generation we in, all the technology, he's going to have the best physical therapy training doctors to provide him with the opportunity physically to get back and play the game of basketball at the level that he's used to. We've watched it with, Cole was one of the first ones that had that Achilles injury that still, later in his career, I think Cole was about 35, 36, and had that injury and still came back and was still...
Clay had that too.
Clay had it too.
As well. And he's back hooping.
Right, we're watching guys come back, and he's young. I mean, Tatum is 26, somewhere around there. So obviously, physically, he's going to come back. But it's the mental part of this journey. I mean, I've ended seasons, injured, whether it's knee injury, shoulder injury, whatever the case may be. It's the mental part of it, man, of trying to get back. Are you going to get back to, where you were? You know what I mean? And you got to push through those days. You got to push through those hard days. And that's the part that you watch when it comes to players. How mentally, who they have surrounded them. I think it looks like JT has a great family around him. He has great support. Kyrie has a great family around him. And so when you see people that have that group around them, be like, okay, they're good. Because the ones that do not, it's hard for them mentally to push through and come back because so many people depend on you, first of all. And so when you go down with an injury, you don't know if you're ever going to get back to be that player. When I tore my shoulder up, it changed my entire thought process of how I view my life. Because I didn't know if I would ever come back to be the same player that I was. I don't think the Heat did neither. And so I started doing things differently in my business and in my life and everything because I was like, what if this is it? For me, like, what if this is it from the standpoint of me being at that level that I had just came off of winning this? Next year, shoulder gone, right? And so when you're at the highest of high, and then now JT feel like he's at probably the lowest of low, it's going to be that mental journey to get back to the highest of high.